beautiful. Right, let's get to that clock tower. Or as Malik like to go, let's go and have a look and say bye-bye to Big Ben, our old friend. So the vault's opened. Now people are asking me this. How did I get the portal to work here? There's a little illusion. It's nothing else, nothing special at all. It'll require MC edit. I don't know if it's possible to do an MC edit, but what we actually have here are... If I'm gonna take a block. Do I have blocks on me? I don't have blocks on me. Let me go and sneak one out. I still want to stay in survival mode. I'll take a little dirt block. Dirt block will do me well. Okay, let's take a dirt block. And go back in here. If I place this here, jump up. There you go, you can see it now. End portals. They just sit there in the air. And as soon as you walk into them, they transport you to the end. And we've seen this trick before with the purple sparkly bits. I've used ender chests behind the diamond blocks. And the reason why this is here is so you don't see it. If you're coming down the stairs, see, you don't see it because that block is in the way. If you were to break it, you would see it as you came down. So that row of glowstone was placed there purposely to stop you from seeing that. Okay, to the end. Ooh. Now when it came to the end, yeah, we had to restore time. And I knew that there was one pumpkin left when I was designing the map, that if they came to the end, then we could have had the players travel. Bats in the end, amazing. That I either wanted the player to travel back, or I wanted the end to actually be the end, and this would be where time would be restored, and everything would go back to normal, instead of being screwed up by the darkness. Now he's had his revenge, so he's not going to be around. I had a few people asking if there should have been some kind of a boss battle, perhaps at the end. I wouldn't have a clue. I've played a few maps that actually have a boss battle, and they're great. Full respect to them. I really do appreciate looking at boss battles. But to be honest, if I did a boss battle, it'd probably be really rubbish because I don't know how to really do one. That's something I don't do. The only thing I can do is give you a definitive end to the map that actually makes you think, actually lets you know, I should say, that it is the end of the map. So placing the last pumpkin that is freely given here puts you in, and it ends the map. Now, it really actually does. It plays a perfect circles The Outsider, which is not a bad song. It has TNT exploding. I did try fireworks, but you can't see them go off because it's the end, it's too dark. You get all the villagers coming out, and we get the obligatory, if it fills in, if the chunks are loading, and the chunks aren't going to load for me. Thanks for playing. So there you go, the end. I got my... I'm going to go far. Let's change that. Yeah, there we go, that's done it. Oh, I love this tune. Do 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 do. Bit of Resident Evil for you. Oh, and I even made the lights spin around as well. So the lights rotate around. And I have toyed with trying to change this ending, believe me, I have. And my imagination's come to a stop. So I'm not going to change it. I may put in a future update, I may put in a sign or something that says, place the last pumpkin to restore time and free the villagers, free the residents of Chronotide, etc. That may be good enough. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, okay, I'm going to switch into critic mode. Let's get this done. Right, okay. Here's the thing. How do we get the Santa fall? It's a good one, really, isn't it? There's no redstone going up there. None at all. No redstone goes up here at all. There's redstone up here. But there's your clue. A bunch of zombies all in that little spot stood on a pressure plate. Now, their spawner is underneath the crystal. And I'll show you that in a bit. When they spawn, they have a positional data set so that they spawn up here. And when they do spawn, now you push a piston out, which breaks that torch off, which you can see floating there, which retracts all the pistons and lets the sign drop down to the bottom. So that's that trick. Loads of bats. That's great. Right, this is still flying around. Okay. This is the loop for the lighting underneath. And this little box here has the spawner in it. And this is obviously it's lit up to stop any spawns from happening there. At the same time, you can't just create a box and light the innards of a box up that contains a spawner, because if the outside is not lit up, if it's dull, they'll spawn because it meets the spawn criteria. So always make sure that the surrounding area of your controllable spawn box, if you're using them, is also lit up to distract them from spawning down here. Down here, the circuit goes down here, and it's on huge delays. This is the note block array for the tune we've heard. We have bats asleep down here. Look at that, they're everywhere, for God's sake. So we have plenty. I'm going to play this again. Right. And then down here, we have a circuit going to a cobblestone generator TNT firer. Wow. That is one seriously big note block tune. And now I'm derping trying to get up here. Well, that's basically it. Oh, whoa. No, it's not. Wait a minute. Let's talk the city, and let's talk while it's gated in. The whole fence is here. This is so that the player can't get outside, because obviously some of these buildings are false. Look at this. They're fake buildings. I didn't go around furnishing places, and this has still got water in it from when it was copied in. Look at that, it's disgusting. Lazy developers. Look, it's not got doors, not got windows, and it's got cracks in the floor as well. Look at that. So none of these actually work. These are highly, highly false. Don't do anything. Look, the vault used to be here, but no, it's disappeared. Actually, I'll show you this. This is so fun. There, look at that. There's another portal, and it says 10 plus 11. Because that was the clock position when this was in the original Clocktower map. So, there we go, a bit of nostalgia for me. And of course all this would be filled in with lava as I simply cut the city out of the ruined city. Pasted in. Some of them are furnished. I have some furnished houses. This is the Noughts and Crosses Lounge. There we go. Noughts and Crosses Lounge is here. I have the this is the bank, but oh yeah, I still have all the spawners around the side for the villagers. So you see, a lot of this is just fakery. And considering the time it would have taken for me to actually go around and furnish all of these houses and make them safe for players to look around, it wasn't going to happen. And so I gated you all off in here. A sense of some amusement for some people who play it, but there is a reason behind it. Now, there are one thing in here which is a freebie, and I don't even know if people know that it exists. Before I get to the freebie, what I will show you is this. This here is one of the original firework designs I had. I left it in the building. Yes, that's D&D. Somebody found this on a Let's Play. Thought it might have been a player launcher. Didn't really launch me very far, did it? But yeah, I have fireworks in some of the fake buildings. There's another launcher there. And I went through different iterations, different versions of them, before I actually just decided just to have TNT exploding, because you can't see them through the fog of the end. Okay, right, the freebie. And here he is. Ben himself. Ben here is fully functioning. It's a fully functioning clock, should anybody ever want a fully functioning clock. I gave him away. He's here. In his towers are flashing lights as though mad scientists are in here. This one's a snow golem powered one. And in this one's a villager powered flashing light. Around the back is the whole circuit for running this. The instructions, there's some instructions in here. It does work, and it's quite nice. Let's reset it. There's a reset line here, and a reset line here. Alright, so once they're reset, there we go, we can actually kick this clock off. As it says, every 10 seconds one block is raised, and when 5 blocks are raised, then 1 Minecraft hour has passed. So, there we go. So once all 5 of those are raised, the signal sends through a pulse limiter and sends the signal up here to the time. So it has instructions on it. If you want to ask any questions about this, you can do. It is fully functioning. Now, the beauty of this, because it will tick away, what you need to do is, when you're setting it, when you start it, you need to look up, and when the sun is directly over your cursor, hit the button and start it, and it should keep fairly good time. It's not perfect, I didn't refine it perfectly. So what I did was I put a light sensor on top of this. Now, I actually had to cover it up in here because there's somewhere in here is a chicken and I don't know where he is. But if you go along here and just knock this stone off the top of this, just knock it all off. This is a light sensor. You will also need to change these blocks for grass blocks as well. So I can show you that. And the reason for this is the whole design of this light sensor works on the growth of grass in various lighting. So let's replace all these, and you would replace all of those with grass blocks, and there you have a light sensor. Now I just don't know if it works in the latest release of Minecraft. I haven't ever checked it, to tell you the truth. I've never really had any point, but when it detects light, and that's a damn good array, is that one. All this is free. It's my freebie to anybody who ever downloads Chronotide. You get Big Ben, and I'm sure you'll, if you want it, you'll play with it, and I'm sure if you want to ask him any questions, you can do. But that was the original design. That was the thing for me that started it all off with the design, was that solitary clock there, and I gave you all of it. You now have a freebie, so don't say I don't give you anything. I know you are now, but you know. So there we go, that's Chronotide, folks. I hope you've enjoyed my ramblings as I've gone through this. I will go out. See, the map developer always has an escape plan. I just don't want to read the credits. So this has been me, Vladimir, saying thank you very much, folks. Chronotide has been one heck of a challenge to actually develop and make sure that it works well, and it works for multiple styles of PCs, being low spec and high spec. Yeah, it's been good, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what I can come up with next. And I can tell you something, it won't be anything as complex as this. I won't do this again. I think I've knocked myself for 6 with this particular map. I think I've outdone myself, shall we say. So thanks ever so much, folks. Take it easy. I've been Vladimir, and I'll see you next time.